What's good, YouTube? It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boxing community. Shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. If you have not done so already, check out episode 6 of the podcast Bayou Sports Talk. Yesterday we talked about the NBA playoffs, and we also talked about the Giovanni Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight, which I did a breakdown earlier. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the last couple position breakdowns for Southern University's football team after the 2023 Blue versus Gold Spring game, which is the defensive back position and also the linebacker position. Now, in terms of the linebackers, for this upcoming season, Jalen Campbell is projected to be the best linebacker of the linebacking group. We expecting a big season from Jalen Campbell. Hopefully he can produce that. In terms of the linebackers for the Blue versus Gold Spring game, they were decent. They weren't great, but they weren't terrible either. But they played decent. Latrell Johnson, he had a sack against Dylan Marotra. And the thing about the sack that I really wasn't raving about, it's like one of those spring scrimmage, one of those inter squad scrimmage sacks where if it would have been an actual game, I don't know if he would have been able to get the sack. But the fact that you really can't touch the quarterback in inter squad scrimmages or spring games, it was one of those type of where the quarterback may in trouble, so we're gonna since the quarterback may be in trouble, we're gonna blow the play dead. So it was that type of sack. It wasn't like it would have been in an actual game. Dylan probably could have potentially got away. So that's why I wasn't raving about the sack. But in terms of the linebacking core, they decent. I think they should be a solid group. I'm not expecting anyone to be the second coming of Channing Warner or Chris Cooper or Jimmy Connor, Kenyon Rounds, anybody like that. But I expect them to be solid. Like I say, not great or phenomenal, but just solid linebackers. And I think Jalen Campbell is going to lead that group. Now, in terms of the defensive back position, they really going to miss Corian Harris. He was their best defensive back last year. He made all SWAC. He made up for a lot of mistakes in some instances that the defense might make. He'll clean up on the back end. In many instances, Corian Harris was all over the field, and he made plays. Now, in terms of the DBs that started the game for Southern, the two starting outside defensive backs were Christian Davis and Rodney Johnson Jr. Also, Horatio Johnson, he made an interception during the course of the spring game. Again, just like the linebacking core, the defensive backs, they were good, not great. They weren't locking receivers down all over the field. But at the same token, they weren't giving up like huge chunk plays or ridiculously big plays, playing and play out. They were good, not great. So they were a solid group. So overall, the linebackers in the linebacking group and the defensive back group for both the spring game, they were solid, and we expecting a solid season from them this coming fall. Now, the issue is in terms of the defense. Last year, the defense, it was decent. It wasn't great. They were a rock solid group. However, when they played against a team like Jackson State, they gave up a lot of big plays. Now, of course, it didn't help the fact that the offense kind of couldn't sustain drives and they constantly kept them on the field. That first few series, the first time they played Jackson State in the Boombox Classic, I think if they were able to sustain drives, I think that would give you a better indication of how good the Southern's defense could be. And I think they kind of, during the course of the season, they were up and down. So I think how good the defense could be is going to be contingent a lot upon the offense. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, you have a lot of question marks. The offensive line, you have some question marks there in terms of who's going to be the starting quarterback, whether it's going to be Harold Blood, who's the front runner in terms of going into fall camp, Even well, not even fall. Like, we're gonna stay going into summer. He's the front runner. If they start a game today, he'll be the starting quarterback. Is it gonna be Harold Blood or Dylan Marotra or Noah Bolton? Is it gonna be one of those three guys, or is it gonna be one of those incoming guys like Zay Tetsit or Jalen Woods, or even is it gonna be somebody like Chris Tucker? So it's gonna be interesting to see, who's the starting quarterback, what the offensive line is gonna look like. In terms of the skill positions, the wide receiver position is rock solid. I mean, they have some very good receivers. I think Cassius Allen probably is going to be the best of the group. We talked about Jalen Howard. In fact, we didn't even talk about Braylon Morgan because someone like him, he's kind of a tweener. He's more of a special teams in terms of return guy. He's not really a wide receiver. He's not really a running back, but he's a combination of two. He could play wide receiver or running back. So that's why I really didn't mention him in terms of either position group in terms of wide receiver or running back. So wide receiver, you're going to be loaded at running back. In terms of the defensive line, the fact that Trey Lang has entered the transfer portal, that's a bit of a concern considering in terms of defensive line, he's the second biggest impact. But Kelby Givens, he was the best performer in terms of the blue versus gold spring game. He was real disruptive. So we're looking for a big season from Kelby Givens. In terms of linebacking core, like I said, Jalen Campbell, he's going to be the best returning linebacker. The linebacking core was solid. The defensive back group is solid. So hopefully, the production is there from the defensive standpoint in terms of those position groups, in terms of the DB position and the linebacker position. And hopefully, overall, the defense is solid. And hopefully, we can square away the quarterback position. And more than anything, just have a good, solid season. Win the SWAC West first, then win the SWAC championship, and eventually go on to win the Celebration Bowl. Now, it's going to be imperative that Coach Dooley has a good season because, like I said earlier on my brother's show, my brother Jared O'Levin Green, in terms of the Southern Baller Show, we talked about how if Coach Dooley does not have a good season this season, a lot of individuals in Jaguar Nation, they're not really happy with the entire quarterback controversy when it came to Bashawn McCray and Glenda Bubba McDaniel. So it's going to be imperative that he has a good season, or if not, he could potentially be on the hot seat because many individuals want him out as we speak. So that's it for this video. If you're seeing the value in this video, like the video, share the video, comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel. Also, click the notification bell so you can be alerted anytime I post any new videos. If you have any Southern University video ideas, just leave comment in the comment section in terms of what you're thinking and what topics you would like me to address. That's it for this video. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings.